Hi, this is Dean Carson here, DCarsonCPA on the lines. I wanted to thank you for dropping by. Really appreciate the support that you've given to us in the DCarsonCPA lines. We appreciate anything you can do to help in the outreach and awareness lines. We're here. It's an important season coming up this fall to help out on entity-level services, to help with individual and family services. Net, you understand about us that we work with entity and industry lines, industry, NGO, nonprofit, governmental lines, thinking about the needs of individuals and families as societal stakeholders, key stakeholders who need support, the local, regional, state, multi-state, and federal levels for improvements in economy and financials. We hear improving reports about employment, which is good, but we also have challenge reports of lagging participation rates, challenged reports about underemployment, and the opportunity lines. We're all just looking for a more common return to lines of each generation a little bit better off in the economy and financials. My intent to share this with you is not to do anything other than to help you just think about the lines where we can work together, because at the end of the day, all lines are through financials. Those financials support the individual and family needs. Those lines of financial support entity, being industry, NGO, nonprofit, and governmental lines. And the knowledge of that we bring the services to help in financials, to help in project management, business analysis, to help on advisory, to help in communications lines, basically being for growth, for teamwork on the internal lines, and for awareness cycles for new business and development. Those lines are very important lines because they can help build societal teamwork, to think efficiently about different roles in the economy, like industry and growth and their need for capital, NGOs, nonprofits, and government, and the need for efficiency and targeted objectives that are kind of balanced for, what is the benefit we seek and how can we optimally put in funding to those lines. So with managerial financing, ranking, cost-benefit weights, because if you put too many regs in, we understand that you're trying to balance the lines of growth and risk management, but you can't have a risk-neutral world. The risk-neutral world means that growth goes away, and so there's always the balanced lines of growth and prudent risk management. Those are the opportunity lines with DCarsonCPA maps and services. We can help in a full range of growth, financials as maps to support your performance, working with project management and advisory to think about maybe how you use knowledge internally. If you're migrating to the cloud, I like the idea now that you can it's not like a house when you move. If you move your computers to the cloud, now you think about the data and all the data maps, data structures, redundant data. There's a great study in there as you're moving to the cloud of an opportunity of how you run with data, how you protect data on cybersecurity lines, how you eliminate or reduce non-beneficial redundant data, which will chew data speed, will cost more, but you may have some redundancy for risk management, like business interruption and those types of things. So there's really tons of complexity within the lines of financials. People just think about it debits and credits, but it's really everything that moves in the economy, and it's at a strategic and operational point. And those points of strategy and operation don't get anywhere without technology for the data lines and communications. So this kind of cross-functional line where you've got financials, you've got economics, you've got technology, data, and communications, and all those points are relevant to any entity in the economy as well as any individual or family need at some different level. So our line to work with those lines and to be very deeply concerned about the societal lines, not because we believe it will resolve well, of course, the same way that you do, but the challenge is that it's not just going to do that by itself. It'll do that by a function of people opening their mouths, speaking and saying, I see a few things not working so well. What would be a better way to do this? Now, if we do that and we don't delegate so much, because the problem is that you delegate for something to be done, and then you don't think about it at all, then if it's not getting done, what benchmark do you have? It doesn't work that way. Everything that works well within the economy works within a system of checks and balances to keep the motion going. And so if you have a public which is not very well considering those lines and how they work, then you have a line where it's not, the accountability level can't be the same. It's no fault to anyone. It's just human nature. It's behavioral finance, if you will. It's the way it goes. But the ability to map into those lines, the ability to use the knowledge for performance improvements is really what we're all about. So we thank you for coming to DCarsonCPA. We hope this context adds some of the value. It may not be the most exciting stuff in the world, but this is our passion to work with financials to help solve problems. It's not something that we got to get up and holler about. We're going to try and run some of those ads for you, but on this, basically, it's just to share with you an honest feeling about how it is. The energy level picks up where we meet on services, but today it's a little bit late and a hot day. I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.